I don't know why we still have the stickers all on the hats. I do that to this day.
Shit. I used to do that shit back in the day.
Can I get the intro going?
My bad.
So we do.
You're not my man. You're not my man. You're a genius.
And from the sound of us, you know we're live, and we are live. What's going on, people? This is another iteration of the Who's Man series. This is a I guess not reoccurring guest, but I guess reoccurring guest. But I'm John D. Contradiction. I'm with my man Reckless, and MC, introduce yourself.
Yo, what's going on? My name is Dirty Needles, coming to you live and direct from Cleveland, Ohio.
Cleveland's definitely in the house.
There you go. Oh, we got Collective in the house too immediately.
Oh shit.
Good shit. What's up, dog?
There you go.
Collective.
Him up on the YouTube. But yeah, man, this episode I'm super excited about. So I am a big fan, as much as, you know, people don't know, if they don't know how the page started, they don't know the beginning and all that stuff. I am a big fan of just artist progress and competitiveness, hunger, and seeing people just fucking, you know, step out of their comfort zone or just absolutely double up and double down on what they do best. And to me, this project is definitely something that I enjoyed the progress, you know, from when you first submitted to us, from the other reviews that other reviewers have done of yours, and just watching you, like, just being a fan. Like, I always, when you first submitted stuff to us, I'm like, yo, this dude, he be punching his ass. I'm like, yo, don't sleep. And I you know, I'm fucking grew up in the 90s, you know, 80s baby. I'm like, yo, punchlines are my shit. Like, I love punchlines, and it's an art. You know, people just think, oh, I'm just going to string together shit. And it's like, no, bro, if you can tell a story while punching, that's an art. So I always knew you could do that. And seeing you put together these passion projects and seeing them, just you have that, like, yo, I'm going to top my last one. I'm going to do this. I'm going to, you know, always have that hunger. Like, you still mention that other review we did. You know what I'm saying? You still mention it. And it's like that kind of, that kind of competitiveness, that hunger, you know, that kind of energy to me is what I've always envisioned this page to do for artists who are actually serious about their craft. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just going to throw it out there. Like, I appreciate you for one, you know, fucking with us as much as we fuck with you, but also I appreciate Happy Accident. This project was super dope. Check out the review we put out for it. This is his latest drop, and there is no way in fucking hell somebody can listen to it and not give him the respect he deserves as an MC. That's straight up. Straight the fuck up. There is a lot to unpack on here, and my review is based off of first listen, because that's what we do here. We listen once, and to give me that kind of feel, I was like, shit. And now I've been bumping it. You know, I'm probably on my like 20th spin. I've been enjoying the shit out of it. I'm like, this is some fucking good music right here, bro. The beats, the shit you're talking about, the fact that you, even if you're going to develop a song and crafting shit together, putting together this artwork, you're still you're still like, I'm going to punch. I'm still going to address shit that's very relevant to me, but I'm also gonna pick into the things that, like, I fuck with and let people know, like, you know, you put on a show, bro. You put on a show that was unapologetically you, and I can appreciate that in a fucking artist. That's what I want. That's the artist I want to put money towards. I want to spend money on. I want to listen to their drop. You know what I'm saying? Like, because it's not no mainstream curated bullshit.
Yeah, same feeling with me, but like, even though it's not a mainstream bullshit, it sounds like it's a mainstream
quality
out one. This is why it's a really great polished piece of work that you put out, and we really appreciate that kind of stuff, especially for underground artists.
Facts. An underground artist putting out a quality piece of work means they fucking care, and that's all we ever want.
Yeah, and
just
then with that care, we care, you know?
That's it. Just care about your fucking music. So to dive into it, let's talk the process and the thought behind this project from you yourself.
Yeah, talk to us.
Okay, well, I initially came up, well, shout out to Collective. Collective is the reason why me and Reese Tanaka hooked up anyway. You guys heard the Loot Box. There's a song on there called Mass Effect Andromeda, and Reese Tanaka did that beat. And once I heard that, and then I went through his other shit, and I say, yo, this dude is different. Like he is different.
Yo,
like when you can come along and get me to actually, because before then it was just it's just me and Collective. Collective knows my sound. He knows exactly what to do. I've scored the highest when it comes to reviews when he's helming the project as opposed to when I'm just picking shit out on my own. So I guess I can give him executive producer credits for this one because if it wasn't for him, I never would have hooked up with him. But the idea came along. I watch a lot of Bob Ross on YouTube, mainly for ASMR purposes, I'm trying to sleep at night or whatnot, and in the background work.
It's peaceful.
Yes. Yes. And I watched him a lot as a kid. And me and Reese was talking about doing a project, but I always like to have some sort of theme before I dive right in instead of just, writing random songs.
Yeah, throwing together compilations and shit.
Yeah. And it was the one episode where Bob was trying to draw a bird, but it came out looking crooked. And he said, oh, that's not what I wanted to do. But hey, this bird, it's a cloud now. We're going to turn it into a cloud. And he turned it into a cloud. And he said, around here, we don't make mistakes. We have happy accidents. And I was like, that's it.
Yeah. That's big.
No, it's really
like that's the theme.
Yeah. That's but that's a big message too. Like that's a huge message. Cause I feel like even adults nowadays, especially my generation, don't understand that concept. We carry a lot of pressure. We carry a lot of self-loathing and I fucked up and this is that. I could have been this. I should have been that. And nobody really understands. Yeah. Nobody understands balance and how to just shape what life throws at you type of thing. And a happy accident is from a child perspective, a very simple way to put something that can go a long way, and that's dope.
Yeah. And what about Bob Ross initially attracted to be able to dedicate a project to him and his body of work?
Well, as I said, I was a fan of him since I was a kid. When he died, I was 14. That was 1995, and so I always in and out, would check out his stuff, here and there before they put the full episodes on YouTube. Yeah. And during that particular time, it was a matter of his approach to art. And I feel, what I'm doing is art. And I'm trying to paint pictures where someone can see it so vividly that they can, frame it on the wall in their living room or whatnot. And when it comes to, the art, the fact that he took so much time, effort, and care into each piece, that's what I want to do with each song. Even if it's a song where I'm on some rappity rap shit, I actually want to craft it as a song, not just I'm just going to string a bunch of lines together because, anyone can do that. And most of the time it's a snooze fest. And I try not to do that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a reference to your line in that one song, where you talk about most rappers just do the whole rap. But if you break down what they're saying, it's nothing.
Oh, yes.
Nothing.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. That's a real fucking thing. And that's why, I've always, just personally, I've always rapped the way I do because I like substance. There's a difference between playlist music and albums you put the whole thing on. You listen to the whole thing and you're not going to have an album that has no skips if there was no care, if there was no fucking perfectionism, no struggle, no pain. You know what I'm saying? Like that shit has layers. And I feel like that's one thing that a lot of nowadays artists don't do, because it's kind of being weeded out by the market, right? Like the market tells you have to put out singles, and then you got to work them until one blows and put enough money into it and all that. And it's all money driven, and no one actually has the passion. And then when people throw stuff, oh, it's a throwaway, it's a that, but there's never room for passion projects, never room for people who truly want to put out something memorable. And it's unfortunate, because that, like, there's albums that I still hold on to dearly till this day, like from my childhood, because of the fucking care and the fact that I can listen to it in different stages of my life and relate to different parts of it, But
and there's a market for people who want to hear that kind of body of work still. You can't just disregard it, because it's probably a huge disproportionate.
Honestly, I don't even believe that there's a market for that. You know what I'm saying? I believe that people just need that when it relates to them. I feel like the market is against that. You know what I'm saying? Like the market isn't built for that. Like no one's pushing, oh, this is a passion project. You know what I'm saying? Let's push this anymore. Like I feel like that kind of died. Realistically, that died when Kendrick dropped Good Kid.
Yeah, that was like the last body where you hear all the way through.
That was pushed mainstream like heavy. Everything else was a gimmick after that. Everything else was like, oh, or like when Nas dropped Life is Good, that was like a passion piece about his divorce and all that, and that was pushed heavy. And like now it's like, oh, let's push Donda. Why? Because it's named after his mom, but the project made no sense.
See, here's the thing. I think especially when you talk about Kendrick, most of his shit is passion projects, like T-Pab. The fact that he dropped something like that in 2015, which sounded like an album that should have came out in the early 90s, and people gravitated towards it, that speaks volumes. Even though I can't say gravitate towards it, because I don't want to rewrite history. When it first came out, I thought it was really good, but the general consensus was, yo, man, what is this jazzy shit, man? What the fuck is he rapping over? Like, yo, this ain't Good Kid, Mad City.
Yeah. You want to hear Good Kid too. So.
Yeah. See, me, I T-Pap, I was, I didn't love it. I was just like, this is solid, but it felt more like a gimmick. Like, it didn't feel like, I don't know. It felt like Good Kid, Mad City felt like a screenplay, but it felt like he was kind of curating parts of his life, To Pimp a Butterfly felt like just a screenplay. It felt like him like redoing a movie, like him, redirecting a film and then putting it out there, like his own twist on, like Spike Lee doing fucking, what was that? The fucking Asian movie with the dude with the hammer. It was a classic. I forget the name, but it was like that. It'll come to me later. But it was like when Spike Lee redid that movie, and it was like, it's not the same, It's not the same as that original vision. And it's like, I get it, but it just didn't talk to me like that. But, it's not bad by no means. Like it did what it was supposed to do. It's just, it was marketed even like as a gimmick. It was like, hey, black people, this is for you. Hey, blacks, and it's like, just relax. They got a fucking award. Here's for you. Like, it's like, chill out.
That's how his last one was too. Here's a Grammy. Good job.
Yeah. Yeah. It didn't. Which one got like that high award? Wasn't it Damn?
Yeah, Damn. Now, Damn was, I'm going to sound crazy here. I rocked with Damn a hell of a lot more than I did with T-Pab. Not saying it's better than T-Pab, people. Calm down.
I think it is. And I rocked with them not. Like, I didn't love those two projects, but I do think Damn was better than To Pimp a Butterfly.
Damn got old quick, though. Damn got old.
Damn wasn't, it wasn't something, it's not memorable to me. Like, I can't go be like, oh, man, put it on and be like, oh, this song, I remember this. I don't get that feeling from it.
And it seemed like the panic button when they said the whole, like, oh, if it's backwards and forwards, it's like, no, it's not.
Gimmick.
Gimmick. Oh, no, but see, I totally get that feeling when it comes to Damn. Like, the minute from the intro where he's talking about, walking through the park and he sees the lady and then it drops right into DNA. I'm like, yeah, DNA. And then I forgot the name of the song after that. But shit, I guess I'm proving your point. But no,
I'm just saying.
but no. And then after that, there's the I don't give a fuck, and
Yeah.
where he's basically dissing the shit out of Big Sean throughout the whole damn song.
Yeah.
The joint with Rihanna, Love.
Yeah.
I was like one of the only people that fucked with the song he did with U2.
I don't know. I like that.
I thought that
I hate
shit was
hate you too, but that's just me.
I just hate
I'm not a fan of U2 either, but that particular song.
No, that track was solid though. I'm
like that particular song because it was just so like left field. And then what the joint that Ninth Wonder did that ended the record.
Yeah, that track was great. But yeah, I get that. Like, but see, that project, I don't know, man. I guess it takes a lot more for me to like really, projects have to really hit. But it's also, I mean, it's timing too. You got to be at a certain point in your life when it hits. You know what I'm saying? You got to be at a certain point where you have the time and you're like, oh, this hits. And it's like for me, if that first listen doesn't get me, it's very hard to get me to go back to it, especially if motherfuckers is famous. That's like my rule. If you're famous and your album doesn't get me the first time, I refuse to listen to it again because you're famous. Because I'm not doing that for people that aren't.
You know what I think? Made it work so much? The fact that you listen to that in the car and there's like multiple bangers. I call that his banger album because he normally doesn't do tons
That's
of
how
bangers,
I appreciate
that
album. Yeah, that's how I appreciate that album. That's like a lot of just bops, like rap bops,
But she owed us from the last one.
Huh?
But she owed us since he put out that last thing.
Man, that last one was weak for me. But
hey, I liked it, but
very weak.
I have to be in a certain mood to listen to it.
See, and that to me,
I'm
is
never
like,
in the mood for that album.
Yeah, I'm not giving people pity listens.
I want to hear people yelling.
And the crazy thing, I'm not gonna front. When that album first came out, and everyone was like, "Oh, pay attention, black men. This is how you're vulnerable and you get rid of toxic masculinity." And I'm like, "Yo, I know y'all don't know me. I'm the dopest rapper that you never heard of, but I had an album like that. And it was called Cathartic, where I poured my heart out onto it.
Yep.
I just handed my heart to everyone, and then I got a 6.5 and told to get the fuck up out of here."
Still a good score. It's still a good score. It's still I. It's still I. But yeah, man, that's also a thing with me too. Like I've been putting out a lot of music about like toxic masculinity and like mental health. So I need it to, I've been doing it so long. When I listen to it, I judge it aggressively. I'm like, nah, this should need to be deep. Like, it need to be crazy. But I mean, you also got to catch me in the right mental state. But so back to this project.
Yep.
So back to also just this producer. This is. You can tell when, and this is the difference between like, there's artists, you hear a beat and it's like, okay, this dude sends it to me, so I guess I'll write to it. And then there's like, you hear a beat and you're like, I need this. This is a lot of I need this. This is front to back, because that is the beginning of chemistry. And people don't understand that. It's like, I get it. A producer sends you something, you don't want to be like, nah, I'm not fucking with this. But it's like, it's got to talk to your soul. Like it's got to make you want to immediately stop what you're doing and start writing. And this project, the way you're rapping on here, I'm like, as dope and as well crafted as much as you put into this, I would not be surprised that these songs were put together quick because of how much you fucked with these beats.
It seems like there was effortless, to put it together.
Yeah, like there's effort in it, but it was like effortless because of how dope the beats were. But like, hey, let us know, man.
Well, to let you in on a little secret, I was fighting through writer's block heavy throughout this project.
What?
That's wild.
Yes.
I would not pick that up at all hearing this shit.
Yeah, not at all.
Yeah, so I would. Yeah, so let's say with brushwork. Brushwork, I would start a few lines and then my brain would just shut off. And I ended up finishing that song, via voice notes on my phone when I was in the hospital to get surgery last year. So like right before going in, I'll like have a line here, a line there, and then just put it into the voice notes. And then when I got out of the hospital and I was able to sit down in front of a computer and write my shit out, that's when I completed it. But yeah, I dealt with a lot of writer's block throughout this project.
I would have never thought that at all.
Yeah. It seemed like you're in your zone making this whole
it felt like each song took like a session, like a 30-minute session of you just vomiting with the pen.
Yeah, now I will tell you, Clubber Lang, that was one I wrote in one sitting. I wrote that one in one sitting. I wrote If I Could Afford a Ninth Wonder Beat, I wrote that in one sitting.
Yes.
Yeah. And I wrote That One Time in Philly in one sitting.
Yo, that honestly, and that's another thing that I like to tell artists too. It's like, bro, it's like, to me, it's like boxing, bro. You start strong and end strong. It'll play a role in the entirety of the project. And just to come out the gate with fucking that One Time in Philly, like that beat, and you just fucking riding it and the beats switching and them pretty ass noises kicking in. I was like, bro, I was like, shit. That's honestly, out of this whole project, that and One Day, I ran back twice because I was like, immediately, I'm just like, oh, it's a fire truck. And I was like, let me see if I'm bugging. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, let me see if I'm fucking tripping. I ran it back. I'm like, oh yeah, I was right. This is a fucking fire truck.
Yeah,
and then
ride music for me.
Oh my God. I was like, this is heavy. And then one day out the gate, I was like, bro, this is a dime. This song is fucking talking to me. And I was like, let me run this back. Let me see if I'm tripping. And I usually never do that. But like, if I have to run it back, I'm running it back with extra focus. And I was like, man, One Day it's my favorite track on the project. And I was just like, everything about that track clicked to me. Everything clicked, from every line, the beat, everything clicked. And I was like, this track is special. I'm like, it's got a diamond from me, bro. I was like, this is it. Like, this got it from me. And after that, it was like, then the album was like, now we got to keep up with how good it kicked in. And it ended pretty strong, but it kicked in way stronger, which kept the momentum for literally most of the project. So I was like, I'm not mad at it.
Yeah, I try to do a good job when it comes to the track listing of deciding. And I'm like, hell, you're an artist yourself, so you get it. When you're putting together a project, it's so hard trying to string the songs together, say, hey, okay, this song needs to go here, or, this one needs to start off the record. It's one thing. When I heard the beat for That One Time in Philly, I was like, okay, this is the first song. This is starting off the record. And then when I got Brushwork, I was like, this is ending the record. So I figured out how the album was going to start and how it was going to end. And it was a matter of, filling in the pieces in between. Reese helped out with that too. So like, hey, artist, if you got a producer that actually does more than just send you beats, like I said, and I had that with Collective as well. Yeah. So they'll give you some pointers. So like, nah, you need to put this track here because they're looking at it from a completely different angle than you may be as a rapper.
And they'll hear, and that's the beauty of having a strong, like a team or even someone to be that second ear, because we get like beat to death with it. We'll listen to it so much where we just it's blank. Like we're like, we don't even know how to feel anymore. And it's like we have someone to be like, yeah, and it's like we need someone to just be like, that actually sounds better here. And then it might even click in your head like, oh, that makes the story sound better. Then, then all the extra shit about it that you're holding on to, you're like, okay, that does make sense. But it's part of the game, and you can, for someone like, obviously we've been doing this a while, but I've been a big fan of music my whole life. So I've been breaking shit down before the page. And it's like, you get to a point where you listen to so much music where you can almost hear the story. You know what I'm saying? Like where you can almost hear how it was put together by just just certain things that just tell you how it goes. And it's like that type of energy is like, as an artist, you should strive for that. If you're going to put out a project, you need those pointers. And it's not to say just follow blindly, but it's good to hear them. They might put an idea in your head. They might make you want to change a few things. It might, you never know. And those little things are what make projects great. That's what takes a project from just good to great. There's a couple of projects you can just scramble the song order and it'll make it that much better or that much worse. You know what I'm saying? And that's how music goes. That's the beauty of music. That's art. You know what I'm saying? It's the little things and it's the big things. And people don't fully recognize that, which, it is what it is. But these kids don't want to hear that shit. But yeah, go ahead, Reckless. I know you got questions, sir.
Yeah, true. I also want to point out one thing on the album, like the Ninth Wonder song, which is like one of my favorite songs on that. It sounds like Ninth Wonder would have made it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I need that shit to be longer. You only gave me one verse. Like,
no,
I was hella into it, and then right before I knew it, it was done. I was like, no, wait, I needed more. Why would you decide to make that only like a minute short? Like having Rock Wilder syndrome.
Well, I mean, sometimes, you have to know when to end a song on a good note. And originally when the beat was sent to me, it was tracked out for 3 verses. But at the time, how I went into the verse and then had the hook, I was like, no, I think the song should just end here. Because I said everything that I needed to say.
Yeah.
Going on any longer, especially if the next verse doesn't match the same intensity or the lines and the punches and everything that I did in the first, like people are going to look at it and say, yeah. And just having one man verse in a song can completely taint the entire track.
Ruin it. Yeah. Yep.
So I figure, hey, let me have leave people with wanting more and go directly into the next track. Cause I'm about to shift the whole tonality of the record. Cause I started off, all right, I'm rapping, I'm punching, it's rappity rap, I'm, barring you to death. I'm like, okay, now we're gonna, ease into some personal shit, start to peel back the layers.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to learn how to like transition songs properly to have a different tone, the way you want to direct to. So I can see that. Yeah. I just wish it was longer though, for real. But it's all good.
I understand. You're not the first person who said that.
Yeah.
It's okay. I still enjoy it.
But that's the good of it though. Like to leave that effect on you, it's a thing to remember. And that's something that'll every time you run that, you'll be like, man, I wish this was longer, but like you still love it. You know what I'm saying? That's a dope effect to have on people. Because that track is gas.
But I mean,
with that name too.
I'm like, that was me. Attempting to have a bit of humor. Because when Reese sent me the beat, I was like, yo, dude, this shit sounds like some Ninth Wonder stuff. And he's a fan of Ninth Wonder and the Justice League as well. So I was like, I'm gonna name it If I Could Afford a Ninth Wonder Beat, and if I could afford one, this is what I would do over it.
Yeah, perfect concept.
So, Ninth, if you happen to see this anytime soon or whatnot, and you want to slide me a track, holla at your boy.
Remix coming.
I wish, honestly, that always brings like a thought to my mind. Like when artists say shit like that, I wish that like those big top name, those, obviously the legendary producers did more shit like for the little guys, like throw a competition every now and then.
Yeah, throw us a bone out here.
Throw a beat challenge, find some, you know what I'm saying? Like throw something, a little challenge, like throw a beat out there. Let us rap on it. Let us get fucking busy and like give us a song if we kill it, if we win, on a little Instagram post, reach out. Don't let no politics in there. Just reach out. Like I would like more producers should do shit like that. It's like, I get it. You're probably not going to fucking benefit off of it. But if you find a nice prospect, you have someone to put under your wing, all them old heads, you guys know you benefit off of these young people. They keep you guys alive. You know what I'm saying? So it won't hurt, but it is what it is. Cause it sucks knowing how like a lot of producers are so untouchable.
Yeah. And they can get the rep even bigger by helping out the underground, doing little things.
Yeah, and they're so untouchable, and it's like, bro, I get it. I need to have, put $10,000 into every single song I put out just to be seen by you. Like, come on, reach out a little bit.
Now we've said our favorite song on the project, but what's your
your favorite song on the project?
Let's see. Well, off top, it would have to be Fabulous. Mainly because that was different for me, because I tried to straddle the line between, the boom bap that I came up on and, the modern shit for 2023. So I tried to straddle that line with the project.
Yeah.
And that one with the beat transition and how it tells the story, or Bob Ross first coming in talking about, dark times, you got to have light and dark. You can't have one without the other. It's like going through dark times right now, but looking towards the lightness, looking towards that right now, the better times. And then it goes right into the song, and I sound confident, like forever blessed and highly favored, talking about how I made it through. And then right when it gets into the transition, we're talking about, where the battle between good and evil and the paradigm shift, and then the beat just goes dark. It's like, and now I'm in the storm and I'm trying to fight my way back, which is another reason why I have the track list in the way that I do. Because it goes from there and then goes right into One Day. And then after One Day, it goes into Ocean Sunrise. It's like, okay, the sun came out. You made it out onto the other side.
Yeah. No, it's dope, man. You could see the work behind the structure, man. I fuck with it heavy. Heavy, man.
Oh yeah. And my next would be Let the Brush Work. Mainly because, not to pat myself on the back, but I am. Especially that second verse, where damn near every word in the sentence rhymed. How everything was stringed together. I'm listening. I'm like, damn, did I really do this?
Like, damn, you get that one shit. Like,
yeah.
Good work.
Yeah, it's like all over the page. Each spot is an overlay. I'm on a roll a day, blending each color, watching it coordinate. Oh, it's great. Seeing these thoughts I jot correlate with a picture I was born to paint. I was like, what? I did that.
You got to send that to fucking. You got to let Rap Seminar break that down. You got to tell them to put that in the curriculum at fucking Pendulum Inc. and shit. Speaking of the Pendulum and all that good stuff, man, Mickey Fax, bro, fuck
yeah,
he is one of those dudes that, like, when I think of him as far as a hip hopper, like as far as rap, as far as battle rap, he is the dude who does extra credit when it comes to homework and doesn't share the answers. Like, he does all the work and he doesn't slack. You know what I'm saying? He does not fucking slack. And like, he is a gem to the underground, because I have yet to hear him give any of these underground, dudes who are just getting music to get it out, dudes that are not out here dropping thousands on promotion and shit like that. And he's on these projects, and even if the song's not even that good, he has yet to fucking put out a whack verse on these songs. And it's like, bro, I absolutely respect that. I respect the shit out of that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it don't matter who the fuck. It could be on the worst beat ever, worst fucking project, but he is going to do his fucking thing. And that is in itself insanity. But this track, man, U2, obviously that beat was fucking gas. Actually, I got two questions though in regards to that. So to piggyback on your favorite track, what's the track that you are gonna recommend off of this project people listen to first? And this is not like hip hoppers, like you have your favorite, which is going to be for the hip hoppers, but if a stranger, what's your best song?
Yeah. What's the single?
What would you be like? This one?
Ocean Sunrise.
Nice.
I was literally gonna say that sounds like a single.
That sounds like, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
It's
video
like
is coming soon.
Yeah. There you go. Okay, that's good to know. But so back to the Dusted Cadets.
Yeah.
What was the process behind the whole Barkeepers thing going on there? Like what made you choose this beat and all that good stuff?
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's see. When Reese sent me that beat, I first heard it and I was like, yo, all right, this is on some like rapidy rap shit. Like I gotta really like get into my bag. And I didn't even have a hook. This is one where I just started going.
There you go.
I stopped and I was like, okay, I need someone on here who can rap.
Yep.
But I actually want someone that, the industry kind of knows too. So who can I think of? And I'll break down the whole process for you. Initially, at first, I was going to reach out to Cool G Rap. That's who I was going to reach out to at first.
He would have gun barred and hooded the fuck out of this.
I would love to hear that, to be honest.
I would have loved that.
But then after that, it kind of hit me, especially seeing all the, the Pendulum Ink stuff or whatever. I'm like, yo, why don't I reach out to the guy who bodied Royce the 5'9"?
Facts. And no one talks about it. Pissing me off. Like, okay, I get it. Lupe cooked and he freestyled, but Mickey put him to sleep.
Yeah.
And Royce is an untouchable. He is an untouchable.
Yes, I fuck with Royce. I do, but real recognize real.
Real recognize real. A god fell that day.
I'm like, yeah. And so I reached out to his engineer, Carvo, who works with him. And we have a relationship. And I was like, yo, do you think I could get Mickey Fax on a track? And he's like, yo, let me reach out to him. So we reached out, and we exchanged information and talked. And he's like, hey, what's the song about? I'm like, yo, we just rapping, showing how good we are at rapping. All I ask is two things. One, shout me out so folks know I didn't just grab some random verse.
Yeah.
And two, give me your best. Do not hold back, because I'm not holding back.
There you go. There you go. Hyperbolic fucking chamber shit right there.
Yeah.
Hear your verse before or after?
Oh no, I sent the verse you hear is what I sent to him.
Ooh. Facts. That's how real rappers do it.
Yes, sir.
We send out shit to get cooked because that makes the track better. It's fuck that. I'm so confident in my raps. If you can cook me, you got it. Mm-hmm. Love that energy. See, that's why I fuck with me. That's that old school shit. You know how many songs I've sent people verses and they never fucking send back? And they'll, you know what I'm saying? And they're like, oh, the song just didn't work out. I'm like, I know why, because I cooked you. You made a mistake. You sent me your verse.
I'm like, look, one thing about me, I'm not afraid to rap against anyone at any time. It's like what you heard, I went first, and I'm like, okay, you can go last.
Yep, go for it.
And I sent it to him, and then he sent it back to me, and I think like 2 days.
Yep. Artist.
Yeah.
And
real
I heard it.
Artist people.
Yeah. And I heard it. I was like, yep. This is it right here.
Yep. And honestly, as an artist, it's like, bro, if he cooked or not, the track is perfect. He did exactly what I needed him to fucking do. And honestly, personally, I think you guys went toe to toe. You guys were fucking scrapping on the track. And that's why it's immediate fire truck. I was like, there's another one. There's a fire truck. I'm like, I don't even need to break down the bars. I know I just heard a fire truck. Let's move on. You know what I'm saying? This track is undeniably that dope. Let's move on. And that's how it's supposed to fucking be. And it is a rapidy rap track.
Yeah, once I heard from a lot of people. Oh, no, I was going to say, once I heard from a lot of people where it was like, yo, you held your own with facts.
You did.
Not too many people could say that. And I was like, oh, word? Like,
you did. You fucking held your own. Yeah. And you know me, I'm quick to be like, yo, you got cooked by your feature. I was like, nah, I fucking scrapped on there. This shit was dope. And the fact that you sent it to him first, good. It's how it's supposed to be done. That's dope, though. So with that, and then this beat, you were just like, oh, because it's a rapidy rap, you're like, fuck it, let's get the barkeepers involved. Let's great move, man. It was I love the beat so much. I was like, and this is before I heard the song, I was like, all right, I'm gonna do something. Like, I know I'm judging with them, but I'm like, I need to lay something down because this beat is a rap track. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I'm gonna tell you something. When I first heard your verse, I said, you were in the running. I was like, nah, I'm like, yo, this dude's in my top 5 easy. And I found out after the fact that like, he's a judge.
Yeah.
I'm like,
dude, I be doing that all the time.
Fuck, I can't vote for him now. He's a judge.
I appreciate that. Yeah, man. I was like, I know when I was telling him, I'm like, damn, man, I picked the wrong time to be a judge. I was like, yo, this beat is dope. And I was like, I'm about to have fun. Cause like, one, I love when they have the competitions like that, the collaborations, because that's when all the killers come out. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, oh, hell yeah. So I like to I'm just like, yo, I'm gonna get mine in as quick as possible. Yeah. Just to set the tone. You know what I'm saying? Because there's a lot of real rappers that fuck with the barkeepers that are like, let me see what people put out first. And then, so I'm like, I'm gonna set a fucking high bar and I'm gonna rap my ass off and just send it like, yo, this is out there. And I was hyped to see a bunch of people bring it. And I was like, this is what I'm talking about. Like that week was rough.
Yeah, I was definitely humbled to see the amount of people that came out for it. And when you get the respect of the Pony C members to say, yo, you rap. I'm like, I know I did my job.
Yeah, because they don't play. I fuck with the Pony. I fuck with the Pony C. They put out grown folks music. Yes. You know what I'm saying? And it's like a gauntlet within them because there's so many, and none of them sound the same, and they all are fucking like masters of their own shit on top of being versatile as fuck. So they're all dope. So that's like it's dope to hear from them. You know what I'm saying? Like because they keep it very real. Like you listen to their project, there isn't a whack verse on there.
Yeah.
And that's hard to do when you got like 7 people, bro. Like that's crazy. But hey, they did it. They fucking did that thing.
I'm like, yeah, that they did. So to get that sort of respect, I'm like, all right, I know I'm doing something.
Yeah.
Well, and the fact that, people came out and embraced me when I don't really, post on like, barkeepers or Dominion or shit like that, like I used to with like Cypher Circuit. Well, mainly because, that was like 5 years ago when, life changed and everything. And I'm constantly working. But to come back in and to have people remember you from verses you did, like, oh, I remember this song. I remember this album. Like, yo, man, Needle's dope. I'm like, yo, I thought I was just an afterthought at this point. So I wasn't expecting the turnout to be what it was. But
oh yeah, now that people showed up, I mean that's like it's a good sign of respect, and it's just like that's just that energy, you know what I'm saying? Like everybody wants to put in that energy like towards something like that. Like it was like for me, I saw it, I'm like, oh, this is gonna be a spectacle, this is gonna be an event, and it's dope because like the underground's strong, you know what I'm saying? People remember shit. People, they may not be great at showing the support all the time and keeping up with certain things, but the underground's strong, bro. Respect is there.
Then this is a testament to how much of an impact you left on the underground and the scene you're in. You know what I'm saying? That they really show up for you when you do shit like this. You know what I'm saying? So it's always good to have.
Yeah, for sure. So go ahead. What you got, Rec? What you got?
So you got any videos coming out for this project for any song?
Yeah. First video is going to be for Ocean Sunrise. Yeah, that's already shot and everything is just being put together. So hopefully we getting that, if not this week, then the following.
Okay, nice.
The next one, I'm kind of in a toss-up between. It's either going to be One Day or Let the Brush Work.
Oh man, you should do One Day.
One Day it's my jam, bro. Like I had that shit on loop for a hot minute after I finished the review. I was like, this is a bop.
Yeah, Brushstroke would be dope too. Don't get it twisted, you know what I'm saying?
Yo, Brushstroke was solid. For me, Brushstroke, like, because it got the wave, because I was on such a high horse and I needed the climax to fucking, to go. And it was just way more relaxed than I needed it to be. You know what I'm saying? Like, the project had me up here and I was like, oh, it was a solid closing, but I wanted to close with like some fucking, the Stone Cold Stunner type shit. But I mean, it's still dope regardless. But like, as it stands alone, I'm like, this is a great fucking song. It's just, you know how we judge things. Got to go with the pacing and the flow. We got a lot of factors in there, but it's still dope.
But yeah, I try to figure it out, but when I woke up and saw I was tagged, I'm like, oh, put the review out. And I looked and I'm like, okay, they like the album, cool. And it got to the end and I saw the score, and the first time I was like, holy shit.
Yeah. This project was it, bro. If one more fire truck would have been a 10. One more fire truck would have been a fucking 10 for me, bro. I was like, this is fucking like, and I still stand on that. Like I've been, like I told you before we even started recording, I've been bumping it like crazy. Like I've been enjoying the shit out of it. I fucking send it to everybody. I'm like, yo, I sent it to my uncle. My uncle's like, he got me into like old school hip hop. Got my first cassettes from him and shit. So I always send him shit that I'm bumping. And he was just like, this is dope. I'm like, I know, bro, this shit's fire.
I'm like, yeah. And I need the people to know just how hard is A grade. So when I saw that, I was like, holy shit. Like, this normally does not happen.
Yeah.
Like I said, you might get into the 8s, but that's usually the route for a lot of people. So to break out of that.
Yeah. Yeah. Honestly, the first 5 songs, I knew it was going to be a 9. I was like, it's going to be a 9 and up. And I was like, the way you start off a project like this, I'm like, bro, it's going to be hard to fall off on the next 5. and it really didn't. I was like, this is how you put together a project. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is exactly how you put together a project. And it was dope, man. I could hear the story. I could hear everything strung together. And I was like, bro, this is an enjoyable fucking experience for hip hoppers, bro. Like, this shit brought me back. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wish I could have listened to it on a big yellow Walkman, skipless Walkman. You know what I'm saying? But no, this shit it's a real good time, and I highly recommend it for anybody listening that's going to check this shit out. Happy Accident on all streaming. We linked it in our review on the website. Check this shit out. Yeah, literally check this shit out. It is super fucking dope. All right, Rec, what else you got for him, sir?
So on the song you did with DJ cuts, the DJ cuts you got on the song.
DJ Glib Styles.
Glib Style, yes.
Yep.
Were you in charge of choosing the samples for the cuts, or was that all him?
Reese Tanaka put that together. The only one I came up with was the Eminem cut, because I started off the song, flipping it till I collapse.
Yeah.
And so to show that I was paying homage, I was like, all right, in the cuts, scratch that in so that way folks don't go, oh, you biting, you recycling. I'm like, no, I'm paying homage. This is exactly what it is.
Yeah. I mean, for people who know you too, they know that you're a huge M fan. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, they should know that. When I heard it, I was like, he love him some M's. So I knew it, and it made sense. And I even mentioned, in the review, like, you do pay homage, like you do, like there's so many things in there that are very, very hip hop. Like this, you know what I'm saying? Like you can tell the difference between someone who just wants to be a rapper and a student of the game. And this is that, like that homage, like those little things, like that's student shit right there. You know what I'm saying? Like this shit it's a culture, bro. It's not just like a fad. It's not a trend. Like it's a fucking way of life. Like hip hop is real to fucking real people who grew up with the shit. And it's like, this is a perfect example of that. You know what I'm saying?
This is, like I said, this is my life. I didn't just wake up one day and decide
this is gonna be
rap.
fun. Yeah, this looks fun. Like, no, this shit don't like happen like that. Like this looks fun. That's what like this, kids who sniff paint and shit think, and then they make some weird auto-tune bullshit.
So up on SoundCloud and shit.
Yeah.
I say, I wake up, I live, eat, and breathe this shit every fucking day of my life. I tell people, I'm like, I feel like this is the only thing I'm really good at. So I maximize it to the best of my ability for as long as I can, while I can.
Yep. The way to do it.
And another insight is me and John had this conversation before. This is when I was still putting the record together. I'm not sure if you remember. And I said, this was probably going to be my swan song.
Yeah.
And he was like, man, why? I'm like, because, it's so draining to put everything into a record for it to come out, on Friday. And then by Monday, people are already over it. It was like, okay, what's next? When's the next one drop?
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm like, I just spent like a year and a half of my life putting this together. And you already like, where's the next one? There is no next one.
Yeah.
I need time.
The whole like,
and that's the pain, and that's what sucks about again, we started off this episode talking about that, like the marketing and the way that the labels push music now. It's like the listeners, being the sheep that they are, it's like the ADHD as far as music fans, it's just insane. Yeah, it's insane, and it's and it sucks because that's also I'm upset that we have to review music like that, because I even have moments where I listen to so much music and I'm like, bro, I don't even get a chance to sit and chill with listen to projects, unless it absolutely catches my attention right away. I'm never going to bump certain things again. And that's unfortunate. Back in the day, I'd buy CDs just off the album cover and I was stuck with it. And if I didn't love it first listen, I had to listen to it a few times because I paid my money for it, and I had to figure out what I liked about it. And some will come, some will work. Some was just like, oh, it's a dud, but I still spent time on those projects. And nowadays it's it's so easily accessible. It's like,
and the crazy shit is you can have a situation where you put out a body of work and someone will listen. They won't even listen through all of it. They'll skim 20, 30 seconds of each track just to come on and say, oh, this is mid. And
that's the worst.
I'm like, mid. I'm like, how would you know? You didn't even give it a chance.
Yeah. Yeah. That's another thing too. That's the worst.
15 seconds of the song, you ain't even get to the hook. And nope, this is mid.
Oh yeah.
It's giving mid.
It's the worst. And it's bro, and that's one thing too. Reckless knows too. When I was putting this shit together, and I'm like, when we review shit, we listen to the whole thing and make sure that, the emojis match how you felt after the song finished. And it's even if the song is fucking hot garbage, I'm listening through, and it's just hard. It's, and it's we have to do it. Someone's got to do it. And it's
oh no, I know it's hard when y'all used to review certain albums and give it 1 or 2, or there's a song on there with this is the dumpster truck, this truck with dumpster juice. There's levels to trash.
Yeah.
And,
yeah.
And so I'm like, all right, let me check this out. And I'll listen to it. And I'm like, wow, this is really a chore to get through.
A chore. A chore. And it's people don't understand that either, bro. We were getting shit for and this is not even to say this is just the levels of offended I'll get. I had to listen to that Drake project, which was 20 tracks. And it's unfortunate because for someone who has so much money and who does put out good music a lot of the time, there was so much filler garbage on there. And it's bro, no one's telling me. I rock with Drake. I do too.
I like Drake.
And it's no one's telling me that they're just bumping all 20 plus songs of this all the time. No way.
Favorites or whatever they promoted. Basically.
Yeah, there's no way. And it's and I'm not
ever have that one album that you try to force yourself to like because you
Yeah.
don't want to, because you like the artist. That was For All the Dogs for me.
Oh my God. I fucked with Drake.
I tried to listen to it in so many, like, maybe I should listen to it on a plane. Maybe I should listen to it in a train.
Nope.
Maybe I should listen to it in an automobile. And I came to the same result. There's
no
about 4 or 5
cohesion,
songs.
Bro. Yep.
Yeah, there's about 4 or 5 songs I can walk away with, and the rest, you can keep it.
You can keep it. Yeah, the rest, like, there was no cohesion, there was no order. And the rest was very catty, and like, it's like, bro, like,
well, I mean, shit. Well, he's always been like catty.
He's always catty, but he had the pop songs that were fitting the catty female rapper sound, and it's like, bro, this is
trying to be thuggish and catty at the same time.
This is weird. Yeah, it doesn't work, bro.
Yeah, like I said, to me, I say this all the time. I believe Drake stopped trying to create a classic, or at least put himself up there with Kendrick when it comes to classic albums. The last time he tried, to me, was Nothing Was the Same.
Yeah.
After that, or I'll give him, if you're reading this, it's too late. So I'll give him that.
Yeah.
After that, and Views came, and I'm one of the people that like Views, but I understand a lot of the criticism that he gets.
That's one of my favorite ones.
Yeah.
After that took off, he's like, oh, so I could just put like 20 song albums together and people are going to eat this shit up no matter what.
Yeah. So they're going to
bring on the playlist.
I'm going to chart regardless. All I got to do is spend some money, payola. You're just like, people are going to listen.
Bring on Scorpion. Even though if Scorpion was just disc 1, like the first,
I was just going to say, if it was just the first disc, would have been great.
Yeah, it would have been great. But then when the R&B side came in,
it's a waste of time.
All right. I'm like, all right, give me the 2 hits that was from disc 2.
Yeah.
And give me the Michael Jackson song.
Yep.
And the rest you can keep.
Put
that on disc 1.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but it's worse. He just puts out whatever because he got his masters, I think, all the masters, so he ain't trying no more. So it's like, I'm making money forever. So just
and it's like, bro, like he's at the point where he can just give us what we want. Like him and Weeknd could work on a project for us. Just give us what we want. Give us what we want.
Mm-hmm.
The him and Weeknd project. Just do it.
Please.
Fuck it. Like, what have you got to lose? You know,
I get it.
Yeah. But I mean, that's the game, I guess.
That is.
And you mentioned one thing in the review about, my aggression on one particular song about one particular thing that I would love to address.
Yes, please.
Feel free, Mike.
Okay. You were accurate in your assessment. You deduced my emotion to a T when it came to that. Because that day I heard, while writing that song, I heard someone say, I think I had a verse on Instagram or whatever, and someone said, yo, man, he's like a lyrical E40. Yeah, he sounds like E40. He reminds me of E40.
A lyrical E40. Get out of here, Reckless. I knew you was going to do that.
Get the entire fuck up out of here, man. and I'm to the point now where I say, outside of vocal inflections, we don't rap over the same type of production. We don't have the same subject matter. We don't use the same slang. So we don't put songs together the same way.
Yep.
At this point, people who say that, I'm like, no, you're just being a lazy listener.
Yeah.
That's what it is. You're fucking lazy. Because there's no way in hell you're going to hear me and hear him and say, this is the same. And no, that's not me saying he's whack and I'm better or he's great.
It's just different music. It's different music.
Different music. Different styles and apples and oranges.
Yeah. It's different music.
I remember, sorry to go on a tangent. I remember one song I had on the Boom Bap Nation page. Some dude came up underneath the comment section and was like, get your own style, nigga. And I replied, this is my style. Period. Nigga. And I'm like, what do you want? What do you want me to do?
Yeah, like, are you supposed to change your voice? You know what I'm saying? Like, are you supposed to just change your voice? Like, you legit sound like that.
I'm like,
that's
yo,
your voice.
You talking Like, you remember the rapper Angelus from the early 2000s who sounded like Jay?
Yeah.
Oh, that
or Gorilla Black.
Gorilla Black,
his best big impersonation where he had the ghost of B.I.G. His hand is up his ass like a ventriloquist.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, that's not this. If you hear that and the only thing you can point to is, oh, well, you know, he's trying to bite E40. He's great value E40. I'm like, you are the laziest motherfucker I ever met in my life, and your opinion on rap is invalid.
Facts.
Like, I'm sorry, I just had to get that out because.
Hey, I get it. I absolutely get it. Man. I get it. I truly fucking get it.
Yeah, I wasn't even gonna ask that.
You will never hear a Hall of Game out of me, just like you will never hear a Happy Accidents out of E40. It's just not fucking happening.
It's not happening. It's just not happening.
Would you make a song with E40 though? Would you make a song with E40 if you had the chance? No,
I'm gonna be real, dude.
What? It's a legend.
That's a legendary.
I am going to be 100% honest with you. I was never really a huge fan. He had songs that I liked. Like, I fucked with Sprinkle Me. There was the joint that the Players Ball joint with Too Short and Casey and JoJo.
Fire.
And then I think he had the other joint. It was like, I hope I don't go back to slanging yayo. Slanging yayo.
It took me a while to forgive E40 for what he did on the 5 on It remix, I will say.
Dude, that was one of my favorite verses of his, dog.
No.
Don't you dare lie to me like this.
I will fight someone.
That verse is awful.
You heard the,
why you treat me so bad.
You ever watch the show Lost?
No.
Yeah.
Like, 1 minute they're on the island, the next they're on the island. That was him with the beat.
Him on the beat, yeah.
1 minute he was on the beat, the next the beat was way over
and then there was that lady that just Photoshop.
Yeah, she just and that was in cursive, so you know what I mean.
Terrible,
like,
terrible.
No.
Chickens.
Oh, and I also fucked with the song he did with T-Pain.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, there's songs that he did that I like, but overall, I couldn't tell you about a single E40 album. I couldn't tell. Yeah, I couldn't name any.
Trying to be like, listen to this.
Yeah, I'm like, and when I did try, which when I first got into rap, that's when his In a Major Way album came out with Sprinkle Me and everything. And my homie was into it and he let me listen to it. And I think I let him borrow Domino. And when it was all said and done, I was like, yo, man, give me Domino back, bro.
That's crazy.
Give me Domino back, man. I'm good.
Man.
So, yes, he is. Yeah. I was like, yes, he is a legend. You cannot take away that status from him. But just because someone is a legend doesn't mean that I'm a huge fan. But the game would not be the same without him. So
no, at all. All the slangs wouldn't be here if it wasn't for E40. So
there you go.
I'm like, look, for everything that he has accomplished in the game, I would like to have a tenth of that.
Facts.
So yeah, that's the thing. Just because you ain't necessarily a fan of somebody, I'm not a hater. I acknowledge that man is extremely successful.
Oh yeah,
homeboy got courtside seats to the Warriors.
Courtside 40.
Yeah,
I can't get courtside seats.
Got kicked out last year.
Yeah,
that one.
Chaos.
No, just kidding.
I can't get courtside seats to the Cavs. Even though I'm not a Cavs fan, but still.
Shit, courtside seats expensive, especially inflation.
Dude,
who you telling? And he's just chilling up there every day, with his Warrior gear.
Yep.
Or at the 49ers game. I'm like,
Niners mine.
Yeah.
But yeah. So Reckless, what else you got? We getting close. Well, we are close to that time.
Yeah, basically only 2 left. So what do you got next after this project? I know you're heavy promoting this right now that it's out. But you say you didn't have more, but I bet you got something to cut. Maybe an EP or something.
Right now, I have a little bit of life to live. If you knew what it took to get this record out. All right, another small tidbit. This record was mixed and mastered 4 different times.
Jesus Christ.
Okay. Why was that?
Well, Reese was not happy with the mixes.
Oh.
And I said, okay, we have to be on the same page, in order for this to come out. So, shout out to James Drew. He's mixed all of my shit since Paradise up to this point. So I know he had to be sitting there every time I sent him the message. I know he had to be sitting there looking at the phone like, man, these niggas, man, these mother. Man, do you know who the fuck I am? You know who I mixed for? It's like, yeah, I know, dog. I get it. I know. Just please, just do me this one solid. I said, so the 4th time, he's like, all right, I'm going back in here. And I'm sending you a song at a time. You need to listen to it 10 times before you reach back out to me.
Oh, geez, yeah.
I want you to listen to it in the car. I want you to listen to it on headphones. I want you to go to another studio, listen to it, do everything you need to do.
You need that, though.
Yeah.
You need that.
I was like, yeah, because trust me, just saying, okay, no one is going to know this or it'll be good anyway. That was part of the reason why I got a 6.5 that I still got PTSD behind.
That's that energy.
I ain't never letting that shit go.
Never letting it go.
I love it. That I love it. And you motivate yourself like, I'm never doing this again.
Even after a 9.8, he's like, but that's 6.5.
I mean,
I'm like, no, dude, for the longest time, I'm like, especially with the last project, the Loot Box, said, full disclosure, I had a picture of the score, like a screenshot, and I had a picture of Dice.
Love that.
And every single time I went in to write, now, I ain't throw darts. I just looked at it, and so if you notice why I sounded so angry throughout that entire project, I was like,
it's very funny too.
6.5 is like, all right, dog, I got you. This 6.5, this sound like 6.5 to you? Like, I got your 6.5 right here. Yeah, I know, and I know it's petty. It's very petty. I said, this man probably ain't even think about that review since he put it up. But yeah, exactly. So, but that man, at least up until when that project came out, he was living in my head rent-free for like a year.
I love that. Shout out to Dice, man. We got to review his project that just.
Oh, I know, right?
I rock with Dice. Dice is a very great rapper, but it was a very fun reviewer to have on the team.
Oh yeah,
It's a very fun era because like Dice was just like, oh, this is the review, and if someone didn't like it, he's like, I have a 10-song diss track ready for that. Like he was just that extreme, and I love that about him. Psychopath.
I said, yeah, and that was the crazy shit because you hear him, and I'm like, all right, well, at least you could rest your head knowing I'm like, all right, well, if the person who reviewed it was whack, and it's like, okay, but you hear him like, shit, he's not whack.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then I came on and talked to him, and I was like, and he's not a dick either. It's like, fuck.
You can't be mad. You can't fully be mad.
I'm like, yo, it's like, I really want to dislike you right now, but I can't.
Great.
But I'm going to take this energy from that review. Yep. Damn everything else you said. Damn the fact that you even gave me props and said, well, if we were just going off of lyrics alone, I would have gave you a 9. I was like, damn all that. Nah, you said I'm whack. Even though he never said I was whack. He said I'm whack.
That's how you took it. That's how you took it.
Yeah,
so funny.
And then they created a masterpiece after that.
I like the loot box a lot. I like video games, so that you know, all the video game references and shit. I'm like, this is a good time for me. This is speaking to me.
Yo, who is the dude that gave me like the Amazon Prime review?
Oh man, we've
What's
gone through
his name? Trip.
Yeah, Trip. He goes by Cha now, right?
Yeah, Kai. Yeah, Trip. He has his moments. We're looking for reviewers, by the way, people. We need help.
Y'all want to come through? Let us know.
Yeah, he was he's like our was because he doesn't really do reviews much anymore, but he was like our youthful reviewer. You know, he was like in tune with the young kids, so he pretty much gave a youthful review. You know,
yeah. I mean, I was like, I appreciate. I'm like, hey, well, he fucks with the record. That's all that matters. But I'm like,
yeah, that's what it is,
like, bro. Just like, hey, I got this loofah, and it's gray, and it's really good on your back. Would purchase again.
3
stars.
Seriously, yeah, we've had some moments, but you know. For people listening, we need reviewers.
Yeah,
join us.
Yes, we need reviewers.
Help us. We be getting our asses kicked.
Especially when we review whack artists, we're like, shit, I'm drained.
Ruins my whole day.
Yeah. So anything else you want to add to the people out there at all?
Yeah, to everybody who just came out and supported the album, you know, thank you. I mean, from the bottom of my heart, you know, real shit. When I saw everything came in, you know, from when Show Rocka did the video, you know, holding people accountable, you know, to other people sending me screenshots say, hey, I bought the record. I really fuck with it.
Awesome.
You know, like I legit like had to go, you know, shed some thug tears in the bathroom. Like, yo, man, because coming from, as I told John D, where I was like, yo, I don't think I got much more left in me, man. This is pretty much going to be it. To now, I'm inspired. So I'm like, yo, I think I can at least give you 2 more. I can give you 2 more before I ride off into the sunset.
There you go. You got to put John D on one of them.
Hey,
most
I raps. I would love that. Rap. Yeah, I would, because like an MC like you, I'd be like, all right, let's, you know, I'm gonna have to take a day off. Like, all right, I gotta show up, you know. So I'm here for that.
And I would have to put my best foot forward because I'm like, all right, this dude's gonna try to come and kill me on my own song. I can't let that happen. I cannot let that happen.
Nope. And I'd expect no less back. You know what I'm saying? So like, they already know a track's gonna be a banger.
Yeah. Although I think I would be okay for the simple fact I'm like, well, even if someone says, hey, John D killed you on your track. Yeah, but guess what? You still had to listen to it. So all that still goes to me. You still come back to me regardless.
Still got to stream money.
That's a fact. But yeah, man. So, Recta, you got your questions in there?
Yeah, that's all.
We all good. Hey, man. So before we sign off, let everybody know one more time. I'm going to tell them it's Happy Accidents, Dirty Needles on all streaming. It's linked in his bio. We posted it on our reviews. But yo, let everybody know where to follow you, all that good stuff, man.
No.
Dirty Needles 330 on Instagram, on Twitter. Dirty Needles 330 on YouTube. Be on the lookout for the Ocean Sunrise video. Hey. That's coming very soon. And given the momentum, I'll probably shell out to get another video done to really try to push this to the extreme.
Hey, nothing wrong with that. I'm excited. Let us know when that drops. And as always, man, you know, you're welcome to chop it up with us. We always reach out to you. You reach out to us. You know how it goes, man. But again, we wish you continued success with this project. It's fucking dope. I'm telling you people to listen to it. And you know, I'm a very picky fucking listener. It's a good fucking time. It's for rappers,
everybody, show your grandma, everybody. Show this
facts. Let everybody know. But hey, this
pay the rappers.
There you go. Pay the rappers. Facts. But this was super dope, man. Always a good time chopping it up with you, man. Truly appreciate it. We are signing off, though, peoples. Enjoy yourselves. Y'all have y'all a good night.
Salute.
Peace.
Yes. Peace.